Hi, 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 hi. What's popping? What's popping? What's popping? Okay, so this is my true thoughts on Ready Player One. Yes, it is a very good movie. Yes. I feel I like the idea. No, I like the idea of how it's set because the way the characters are set, the way they look and everything, uh, the storyline behind it, even though it is kind of looking at the virtual reality side of things. Um, Ready Player One, I think, to me, is definitely something to look at because, like, it just shows you that people can be anything on a computer. They can have any persona. In real life, they can be totally different. Not only that, I like how when in certain parts, right, you can see the gaming situation to it. Um, as you know, Ready Player, if you do know about Ready Player One, the whole idea is that a there is a curator who curates this virtual world, and he puts like keys in different places. So the players have to go and win the keys so they can get to win the egg. In the meantime, there's always a baddie in the movie, obviously. So the baddie tries to stop the players, but the main one, I forgot his name now. He figures out he figures out that how by doing the total opposite of certain stuff, going watching archives of the creator, he works out the encrypted codes of certain stuff, and then he's able to get the key. Right, the other character, right, um I mean, she helps him along. She's obviously the heroine, obviously, and so they help each other with like a multitude, well, a few other people, and they work to get this key or as well. Now, though already Player One shows the virtual reality, the op- the I forgot what's it called now, the Oculus reality thing, what you put on your eyes, over your eyes, and that it shows the suits, so you can feel. So it's like you can eat in the virtual reality. It shows um, sometimes reality and virtual can clash together. What happens in the virtual world can come into the real world. Each character very well made. The Chinese, Japanese one, I think they are. There's a very young Japanese one, and when the characters all meet in real life, it's like they form a bond, right? Obviously, the hero and heroine is together, so the Ready Player One does actually shows if there was a world like this, how would it be? Because you see the people walking around with a virtual reality helmet on, even on the streets. Even when there's a fight scene, they're fighting, they've got the virtual reality helmet on as well, which is what I show with the metaverse. So it just shows that how people just want to just want to not be in the real world. Not only that, even how they pay for their suits. Now, when they lose in the virtual world, they have to try upgrade the suits with whatever money they got or whatever. Sometimes you'll see housewives. Well, there's one housewife where she's on the virtual reality for the fighting or doing whatever she's doing, and in the background, her pan is burning or fire. There's a fire in it, so there's a little bit of comedy to it. But like I said, it is a good watch. You do actually see how easy the two worlds can collide. Now, what I've done, I'm looking at the players. So, Ready Players One cast is one of Steven Spielberg's best. Right, so they're saying it's the best one. Let me see if they talk about the players. There's Watts. I was just going to give a little piece of who they are. Olivia, Samantha, Ben. Right, who's the villain? Um, Mark or James Holiday, who's the creator? T. Miller, iRock. Uh, Let me see if they give a little piece of who they are, but because I don't want to spoil it for you. Now, this one is he's the creator. Now, when I see the creator, it really puts me in mind of Mark Zuckerberg kind of thing. I don't know why. He just reminds me of Mark Zuckerberg. The whole way he is through the movie. Now, the lonely co-creator of the Oasis, in antagonizer of the great egg hunt for the control of the virtual land. Ready Player One marks the third collaboration between Ray Lanes and director Steven Spielberg, just before the BFG, in which Ray Lanes played the title role. Before that was Bridge of Spies, Code. Oh, these are the parts that he played, but he definitely, um, he's definitely the Mark Zuckerberg of the movie. He is the Mark Zuckerberg of the movie, basically. I feel that. So in movies they always tell you what's going to happen before it happens. They normally tell you. Let me see if I can find another one. Oh look, I'm talking to a bot. Bye bye bot. Okay. So this one was the Ready Player One, the two movies in early stages. So I think this was just a website that's covering, what it was about and all that. Right, they call it a screenplay. I'm going to try my best not to give away too much. And it's a book as well. Well, I think it's a book that they're trying to show. Anyway, so being humans totally sucks. Most of the time, video games are the only thing that make life bearable. So to some, that must be true. It's hard to be nearly 10 years since Ernest, the visionary pop culture connection Ready Player One introduced us to the digital realm, the Oasis, with its virtual world treasure pitting gutters against sixers to lay claim to a genius James Holiday simulation systems, dollar fortune, geeky sci-fi novel becoming a global sensation, spending 10 weeks on the New York Times bestseller list. As expected, the hit novel attracted Hollywood's attention. Steven Spielberg and signed on to direct film project. The Warner Brothers was worked with the Steven Spielberg on the screenplay through several drafts before Zach Pim X2 Electra was reunited for rewrites, and he still looks back at those days an incredible experience. So these are the characters again. Um, Also, I think I'm gonna show another one. Now, in everything there is always a backlash. I don't know why. We're gonna see what's the backlash part of it. Okay, Ready Player One backlash explained. The Ready Player One book used to be considered a a fun romp. Then Gamer Gateway happened. So Steven Spielberg's Ready Player One adaptation of the 2011 novel of the same name by Ernest Cline is about to debut, and the internet is ready and waiting to tell him why that's a terrible idea. Ready Player One is a terrible book and it's a terrible movie. The outline proclaimed many people find it take on games and so-called genre art to be dull, pending tabula of reference points as an end into themselves. Oh, so these are what different people are saying. Reading the end of Ready Player One up to tamed a writer for though I felt like a kid who thinks eating an entire cake by himself sounded fun. I was sick of it, craving something of real substance. Oh, they're saying the book was rubbish. When Ready Player One came out, it felt like an escapist fantasy for gamers, which is what it is. So I'm putting up the images because they're all fundamental. Back in 2011, it was almost impossible not to think about Ready Player One as a harmless fun. The premise is appealingly silly. In 2045, the the I can never read these words. World has become unbearable, and as an escape, most of humanity spends its time plugged into the Oasis, an expensive VR landscape that incorporates most of the 20th and 21st century's pop culture into itself, so that the users can pilot the spaceship from Firefly to Dungeons and Dragons Castle. The pilot is most pleasant nonsense. The founder of the Oasis, James Holliday, has died and he has left his fortune and control of the Oasis itself to a person who can track down an Easter egg. He's hidden inside the game. To find the egg, the hunters will need the knowledge of Holliday's beloved 1980s pop culture and our hero Wade, an 18-year-old video game addict from the trailer park, is sure that he just the man. He just has to find the egg before a massive corporate gets it. Corporation gets his hand on it. Instead, regulating again away from the freedom of virtual reality and ending the Oasis Wade. Oh, where am I? I've lost my thing. Wade knows it. So this is Wade and and the gaming world. But like I said, I didn't even know there was a book about it. But it is a well worth the look. And then you can put all the stuff together. Um, it's quite of an adventurous watch if you will like adventures, you're into that sort of thing. But it does actually show how humanity will go if if this was to happen in real life, basically. But I feel that the one who created the world definitely reminds me of Mark Zuckerberg. Um, giving people what. Oh yeah, the Oculus. That's it. That's the word I'm looking for. So So they have to pay a lot of money for their stuff for upgrades and all that stuff, so they can be into this virtual world, you know. Yeah, I think it was okay anyway. But obviously there's always something behind the stories when they're written. There's always something, and I did not know it was part of a book. So it's interesting. Maybe the book might even be better than the movie itself. But it is a gamer's paradise. I will definitely say that. Anyone who's into games and stuff that watch this, they will definitely enjoy it. I think so. And yeah, and like I said, it is similar to the metaverse in a lot of ways. So you just have to look at it in a certain way and understand what's going on in both worlds. Okay, so please leave a comment if you have seen Ready Player One. Leave a comment underneath the video. Please leave a like, and yeah, just tell me what you think. Okay, all right, bye.